Folks, in today's video, tomahawks. My name is Brian, and you are watching Survival on Purpose. Okay, hey, thanks for joining me again. So today, tomahawks, and the question you may be asking is why? Why would you want to carry a tomahawk instead of an axe or a big knife? And you know, it's really a personal preference thing, but I decided to kind of explore the tomahawk thing for a few reasons. First of all, tomahawk's pretty light. This is about you know, less than maybe a pound and a half, less than a pound and a half, something like that. That's axe, that's the handle, everything. Okay, so that's one reason you might want to have a tomahawk, just because it's a little lighter to carry. Another good reason to maybe think about a tomahawk instead of an axe is you can see this one's got a hammerhead on it, and these are designed, and it's okay to hammer with this. Or if you have a nice Wetterling's axe or whatever, they pretty much tell you not to hammer with it because it'll spread the eye out here. It's just the way they're tempered. So this is actually designed for that, so it's a little better for something like that. Another possible advantage or reason to have a tomahawk is, you see back up a little bit, the handle, just a straight piece of hickory, and it's flared just a little bit at the end. So this and actually, so it's a lot easier to manufacture or replacement handle if you need to in the field. Just find a reasonably straight stick and hold it to fit, and you're good to go. You don't have to have all the fancy curves and stuff that an axe handle would have, but you don't have to have that in an axe handle, but it's a lot easier to deal with. And another reason is throwing. You know, tomahawks are designed, one of the designs uses is to throw this thing, and it's just fun. If there's nothing else, maybe you could use it for hunting or something, I don't know, but it is fun, and they're designed to do that. Now I want to go ahead and say right up front, disclaimer, I do not recommend throwing a tomahawk. It's dangerous. Only an idiot would do something like that. So please don't be an idiot. But they are designed for that, for people to do. But I don't know who in the world would want to do that, because it could bounce back and really hurt you. So that's my disclaimer. If you decide for some strange, unforeseen reason to get a tomahawk and throw it and you get hurt, just don't blame me, because I'm telling you, don't do it. Okay. So that's my reasons maybe for thinking about a tomahawk. Let's take a closer look at this one, and then we'll do some use testing on it, but I want to just kind of give you the details first. Okay, so what do you need to know about this tomahawk? Now, first of all, this is a cold steel trail hawk, and you'll notice that it's made by American Tomahawk Company. They actually make these tomahawks for cold steel, but this is a cold steel trail hawk, probably one of the most popular traditional wood handle tomahawks on the market. You'll also notice that American Trail Hawk makes their tomahawks in Taiwan. So it is what it is. Still, it's a very popular tomahawk, so I don't think you'll go wrong if you want to get this. The handle, 22 inches long from end to end, so it's 22 inches. Which is a pretty longer than most hatchets. The cutting head from here to here is 6.5 inches, and the cutting edge is 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so the tomahawk is made out of 1055 drop forged carbon steel, so it will rust, but it's also carbon steel, so it should be pretty easy to sharpen and take an edge. Now, it has an American hickory handle, and we'll talk about the handle again in just a second. It weighs 23.6 ounces approximately. Couple things about this. It has a set screw here. Traditionally, tomahawks are just friction fit. They just, you know, they fit on the head, and you can just basically, you know, bump them like this on something hard to release the head. So it does make it pretty easy to change a head or rehaft a tomahawk in the field. This one does have a set screw in it. You can remove that set screw if you want to. It's going to be fine. You'll also notice that the head itself is painted, and that's to help prevent rust. I may or may not do something about removing that paint. And the other thing I want to look at is this handle. Now, try to see if you can see that grain on the handle. If you can see the grain is running diagonally, which is, you know, it's okay. It's not optimal. Optimal, the grain would be very straight, running in line with the handle, because the handle is oval shaped, but it's better than going straight across. So this is, I think Morris Kosciuszko would call this, you know, okay, but not great. So basically that's the specs of the Tomahawk. The handle is very smooth. It has a surprisingly pretty good edge on it from straight out of the box, and I'm pretty pleased with that. So what I want to do now is just let's do a little action test with it and see how well it performs. Okay, I'm here with a recently fallen, as you can see, it's dead, fallen branch that pretty hard though. So I want to see how well this thing chops. And I'm doing this one-handed, trying to hold this with the other hand, so I don't have quite as much control as I might have with two hands. As you can see, it's doing actually pretty well. Okay, so it did pretty good on that. Obviously, I mean, this is not a Wetterlings, so it's not an axe, but I was really pleasantly surprised by how well it chopped that downed limb. I've found here some fatwood. Well, we all know fatwood is one of the most precious substances known to man, so I'm going to go ahead and see how well this thing chops some fatwood. And not very much fatwood here, actually. Fatwood on the outside and rotted on the inside. There is a little bit. Got kind of a core of fatwood. You can see it right there, there, and a little bit in there. So probably take this. Okay, so fatwood. It's kind of hollow inside, but there's still some fatwood here. But let's take a look at see how well this thing splits the piece of wood we just cut a minute ago. Okay, so you can see, first let me show you this. This is pretty dense wood. It's not at all rotten, and it's kind of long to split. We're gonna try to give it a shot first. See if we can split this thing out a little bit. If I can find a way to stand it up a little bit. My aim could be better. Get a baton here. And my baton did not make it. So it's not going to split as well as an axe. It's not what it's designed for. I'll show you why I think so. You see the shape of this head? It's very narrow up to here, and then it flares really wide all of a sudden. If it was a splitting axe, it'd have a lot more of a taper on it. Even my Wetterlings has got a bit better taper on it. So probably not going to be, it's not going to excel at splitting. Not really what it's designed for. On a shorter piece of wood, it might split okay. But chopping, it did really well. Let's try the hammer. Okay, so I've got the piece of wood to cut off to kind of use for an anvil, and the piece of fat wood that is kind of rotten out and hollow. And let's just see if we can break off all the bad wood off of it. Because what happens with this fat wood a lot of times is it'll be surrounded by rotten wood. As you can see, that's very little in there. Beat the heck out of this thing. Pretty tough. I'd say that would be more than, well, good enough to make a tent stake or pound a tent stake in. What about sharpening, making a tent stake? Let's see how well this thing will work for that. This is a pretty dead wood here. It's not really rotten, but it's not really fresh either, so. Okay, well, it's been my initial impression of the Cold Steel Trailhawk. I'm going to use this thing for a while and get back to you. I may make some modifications to it. If I do that, I'll certainly make another video kind of showing you my reaction or opinion after using this for a while. But my initial reaction is very good. I'm really pleasantly pleased at how sharp it is. It's balanced very well. It throws way better than my ability to throw it. Again, disclaimer, only an idiot would throw a Tomahawk. Don't ever do that, okay? So I hope this has been helpful if you're thinking about getting a Tomahawk or maybe considering it. This one's available on Amazon for around $25. Not a bad deal. It's pretty high. I'm really, again, pleasantly pleased at the quality. And so thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate your comments below. Let me know what you think about this video and about this Tomahawk. I really appreciate it when you subscribe, share this video, click the old thumbs up, like button down there and all that good stuff. It really helps out. And thanks again. My name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. See you next time.